check. Mic check. 1, 2, 3. Mic check. 1, 2, 3.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Laredo Independent School District Board of Trustees special call meeting. It's Thursday, August 25th, 2022. It's 5:32 at the Yeary boardroom. Roll call, please.
Mr. Hector J. Garcia.
I am present.
Mr. Hector J. Noyola. Here. Mrs. Monica Garcia.
She's running late or absent.
Dr. Minita Ramirez.
She's not coming in.
Mr. Guadalupe Gomez, I am present. Mr. Ricardo Garza.
I'm here.
You please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Garza.
Yes, sir. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dr. Rios.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for being here on this rainy day, but rain that is welcomed. Trustees, item number 1 is important and critical, as we told you, about what's going to be happening as we start to look at our staff. So item number 1, discussion and possible action to approve the request of additional FTEs for the 2022-2023 school year, including 15 FTEs for teachers, 5 FTEs for early childhood teacher aides, 3 FTEs for custodians, and 2 FTEs for security guards. And I think, I know Ms. Gabby is here, but let me tell you, it's not that we need all of those positions immediately. I can tell you that right now for teachers, we need 9. But instead of coming to a meeting and asking you each time, we're saying, please give us the leeway to be able to approve these individuals as they are needed, and so that way we wouldn't have to be calling special call meetings. So we'd like to recommend that. And Ms. Rogerio, I don't know if you want to add anything?
It's mainly for the pre-K 3, pre-K 4, and then it's the lower grades, so our babies are already coming back. And also that includes the teacher aides.
So there is a rule as to how many kids and how many teacher aides need to be with pre-K 3. If you notice, they're little, so somebody has to be helping with being able to eat, to go to the bathroom, and do all these things. So I'm hoping that you can please approve this.
Their motion. The only thing I would say is exactly what you said, but I would say maybe in your custodians, maybe go to like 5, and security go to 5 too. Just to have that already, you don't have to come back to us.
I agree, couldn't agree more.
Exactly. We're not putting money into it, but if we need them, they're already there.
Yes.
Just like we do with the special ed.
Okay.
teacher
And one of the things that we are looking at very closely is that if we have the FTE, then of course we'll have to find the funding to be able to make that
Before you can say
happen.
you have to bring it back
Yes.
anyway. Yeah.
So, but at least the FTEs are there, and then we can proceed.
There's a motion to accept number 1 with the change of custodians from 3 to 5 and security from 2 to 5.
I move that we approve that.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any comments or questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Against? You got it. Next.
Thank you. Item number 2, discussion and possible action to approve the appointment of the Laredo I.S.D. JROTC ranking officer as the district JROTC coordinator with a stipend. I have Mr. Garcia here, the executive director for CCMR. One of the things that I know that we've been talking over the last couple of months is how JROTC is now going to become part of CTE. We want to be able to lend some structure to this, and so we also want to give you an update on the personnel that are there right now as far as in regards to this issue.
Correct. JROTC will now fall under CCMR, under CNI. So it is considered a program of study under career and technical education. So this is what we're planning to do. We will meet with the instructors to collaborate with their campus supervisors. We're going to have a program evaluation. We're going to look at the program and look at the curriculum, look at everything from top to bottom, and try to see what's working, see what's not working, and move it in the right direction. The other thing that we're asking for is to implement or designate a JROTC district coordinator. This would be the highest ranking district instructor who would facilitate the implementation of a consistent and aligned curriculum through the program, and they would be supervised by myself.
And I do want to add one more thing to this. Even though we have not had an official designation for this, the ranking officer has always had these responsibilities.
Correct.
But now we want to make it a formal designation, and that is not a designation from the Army, it is a designation under our CTE program, to be able to make sure that everything is in line.
I just wanted to add that it would consist of a $3,000 stipend, so it would be treated like a lead teacher for a department, but it would be for the whole OTC program for the district in general.
Good idea, so moved.
There's a motion, second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
I do want to add one more thing before Mr. Garcia leaves. At Martin High School, Sergeant Major Hernandez, and Gabby can speak to this, Sergeant Major Hernandez was designated by the Army as the command at Martin High School. And can you please tell us about that process before we leave this, so that way you can know?
Yes, we went ahead and posted the position. They interviewed, and he was recommended. We did go through the Army to get him approved as the senior.
I also want to tell you that he is a degreed, he is the degreed person at at this campus, or at the whole thing?
No, he's not ranked. He's not a high ranking,
He's-
but he has a degree, and so that's why he was considered for the senior position.
So it was a nationwide search, and so he was able to apply for it, and now he is the command at Martin High School.
Very good. Appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Okay, item number 3, discussion and possible action to approve proposed non-routine priority capital improvement projects in the amount of $790,500 for the 2022-2023 school year. If you remember, and I'm going to give you a little bit of background, and Mr. Velasquez can talk about this. During the budget process, when we were trying to fund all of the operations of the district, as well as be able to give a raise to our employees, we had to put aside the monies that we usually give to capital improvement. And I want to tell you, we usually give 1.5 million. But because we were trying to be very careful, and I know that Ms. Ayala was working to be able to fund some of the major projects. For example, Memorial Middle School turf, and at that time, we also left out Shirley Field. We had to make some choices. But by the same token, we also had to allocate some kind of funding for district-wide projects. So what was funded and what you already have approved was $790,000, what is it? $790,500. So Mr. Velasquez, can you
I
please
think
tell us
at
about
the end,
this?
at the end of the day, the recommendation came to us to do both fields, and we thought that Shirley Stadium could take one more year with what we had, get the money we're going to use for that, and spread it out through the different projects that were already lined up that we really need. So that's where that money's coming from.
So, Mr. Velasquez, can you talk a little bit about how those were prioritized?
On the projects, yes, we do have a big need for replacement of vehicles. We really need a band truck, so it's included in there, like the plan, on the capital improvement plan, we have one every year, so this would be the first year in which, we purchase one, and then it's gonna be used on as needed basis, and then as we move along, we're gonna buy one for each high school. I know that this is a great need for them. We also have at Zachary Elementary a big problem at the driveway. There's like some, underground water stream that is causing for the asphalt to cave in. So the first project that you see on the list is to address that and have concrete that will sustain the weight of the vehicles. Right now it's in pretty bad shape. The next project is at Nixon High School. We have like a lot of BCT that is pretty old, and it's mainly on the hallways, and we are recommending to replace all of that because it's already detaching from the concrete. We have also connectivity for the guard shack at Nixon High School as well. This is in I guess with the intention of enhance the security for the campus and having accessibility to cameras and those things at the guard shack. Again, the vehicles, we have one F-250 with gooseneck. This would be for maintenance and operations to keep using it for grounds and utility work. We have 2 replacements of cargo vans also for the maintenance department. We have one box truck for the shipping and receiving department. The ones that we have two, and they are both in pretty bad shape. So this would be to replace one of them. We also have an F-250 pickup for the fixed assets department that is also close to 20 years old, the one that we're trying to replace. We have also the replacement of Building B at Technology. Recently, we completed a couple of buildings, and this is the last building at the compound that is still pending. So we're recommending to.
Just real
regroup.
quick, didn't we just build, we were gonna dedicate a brand new building? What do we use this building for?
Well, this building is one of the existing buildings, that they have.
What are we having it?
Oh, yeah.
Ambrose?
Can answer that.
Yeah, because I'd rather put the 120 and try to get the three box trucks for the bands, because you can't have one with three programs going on.
So this building has our programmers in the department. It's got our information security officer, our frontline systems analyst, a couple of programmers, and some other support staff for the data center. This is like Mr. Velasquez said, the last one of the existing buildings that is separate from the new construction that we do have. We've already completed 3, and this is the 4th and the last remaining building to finish that project.
Real quick, is the roof, can the roof survive one more year?
I believe that it will not, sir. It's already leaking, and it started already to begin an indentation into the existing structure and creating some damage.
Okay, I just said, because I really think if we're gonna buy box
trucks.
Yeah, box truck, band competition, and we're in the same district, it's the same day. So one band's gonna take, and then you can't, either you get 3 or you get none.
So here's one of the, and I was gonna ask
find out the money?
Flor, can you please come up here? One of the things that I wanted to talk to you, we've discussed this in cabinet, that there is going to be some additional funding that Ms. Ayala is looking at, and not just for box trucks, but for other vehicles. I know that Mr. Velasquez has told me that some of the trucks are so bad that they don't even have the steering wheel portion anymore. They just have the metal, that's it. And so we need to make sure that we take care of that. Some of them are 20 years old, and we've made do with that. If we need to rent some box trucks for a particular set of like to go someplace, then we are going to be rotating, but we may just have to.
Let me ask you
for
this,
time
are we
around.
talking about 42 footers? What are we talking about?
Yeah, for the van?
Yeah,
Yes.
well, the box trucks,
Yes, I mean, the one for the band program.
they're
it
like
would be
they're like Bobcats?
I believe it's 36 or 40, something like that,
Yeah.
something that range.
Okay.
Now, I have to say that in some of the high schools, they feel like the box truck is the best. Some other high schools feel like it's better to have a pickup with a trailer. So on that, I guess we need to survey what is the consensus on this. But I know that they have different ideas.
Well,
when
you're
it
gonna have, in my mind, in my thinking, if they're gonna be isolated to every high school, and because you're gonna have a big truck that might not fit everywhere else to do. The most important thing that I see for that is the loading and unloading, and what is gonna be safer. A lot of these, the reason I was asking it, they don't have docks to load this thing up, so they have to carry it up.
Well, the one that we discussed with the band directors are the ones that have the
lower.
lift.
That's what I'm saying,
And they talk about
that
the
makes sense
pen-
to me.
I don't know about brands, but they said about
That makes it like
Penske.
you're taking the.
So I don't know if those are the ones that we're gonna get, but the Penske brand, that's the
Well,
one that have
and
the
I also
lift.
want to add, it's not just for band. If you have UIL, One Act
One Act
Play
Plays, yeah.
that goes on, and you start going to San Antonio and you start going there, I know that when I was doing One Act Play, we would rent a truck. And
But you
one
were
time
only
we
two
used,
actors.
no, we had 50, we had 24 actually.
Now,
We had to actually
it
use
brings
our-
that question to mind that, and I know we've been asking for this for the past 10 years, that every school I know requires, certain vehicles that can be used by everybody at the school. I know ag, and the ag department usually takes up the F-250s that are there, and they have to go through them to get it done. But we don't have a truck in there that belongs to everybody. And this would be something that because they just asked me for culinary arts, let's say. They don't have a trailer to haul when they go to competition. things, and they have to be asking for people to get it done, and it's, no, it's my truck, I can't lend it to you. It's that kind of stuff. And I was hoping that in near future or something, that we can have a utility vehicle that can be used by everybody, so that we don't have to be borrowing from one or the other, and it can just become a hassle as to who owns it. And I don't want it's for my department, I don't want you to borrow it, which is kind of dumb to me, because, I mean, if you're in it together, you're supposed to be lending.
And if you're not using it on that particular day, you should be able to lend
Well,
it.
it becomes, well, who has to clean it, or who has to fill it up, and who has, that kind of stuff, and it just,
Well,
that's another issue we have to talk about.
we've been doing that with the bands. I know CMP has lent them some of their,
Yeah.
trucks,
Yeah, there you
the
go.
box trucks, and
Correct.
we've been doing that. So I don't see a problem with that. If they're not using it on the same weekend, I'm sure they can share.
So-
It's for them to share. It's just like CMP lent
Right.
it to us when we needed it, so.
So, Ms.
I wanna
Ayala, I
ask
know
you
you had
a
a comment,
question.
Ms. Ayala?
I have a
Mr.
question.
Gomez?
By box truck, do you mean a U-Haul? Or what exactly is a box truck? I'm not,
It's like the ones that we have in the food service department, but longer,
one of those.
Like those
yes.
moving trucks that have.
Yeah, because I think,
All the bo-
I think it's
all the
really
boxes.
expensive, so how much would a trailer be if, instead of a box truck, if you were to purchase a trailer, if they don't have one?
Yeah, this one comes with the lift, and it's a 40, foot long.
It's a 42-foot
Yeah,
truck.
but I
Yeah, it's
understand,
42, I
but,
think. It's almost like, United, they have 18-wheelers, so for all these band instruments and all of that. So we talked to the band directors, and they feel like this would serve the need. When you have a trailer, you're under the elements, and, sometimes they have props and all of that.
Okay.
And it would be, under the rain.
We had a company that
And
wanted
the
to
reason
donate
why-
3 trailers.
see, the reason why I'm
Boxes, but they had to get the
asking
trailer.
is because it is expensive, and I know they need it, as if they're requesting it's because they need it, but we have other campuses that have old trucks, really old trucks, that are using and to put a trailer. And if we could possibly use the trailers that are, if they're still good, then purchase trucks for all campuses, or maybe even lease. I don't know, have you looked into leasing this instead of purchase?
So,
Making
I
it purchase?
do want to add something to that. I don't know if you all have seen what a band takes. They may have 5 marimbas, and then they have their big drums,
Yeah, no
and then they have their pedestal, the podium that they have to stand on.
I think
And
there's
so
no,
it's
there's no
a-
doubt that the schools need the
Yeah.
trailer, regardless if they need a truck or not. The trailers are needed. I understand Mr. Gomez saying, we also need trucks. And maintenance, you can sit here and tell us, look at the flight, Mr. Noyola was talking about that. Our trucks are embarrassing, the ones that are out out in there, because they, yeah. So, we need a plan, just like we did with the buses. We had a
Yes.
plan. I know that we're gonna bring, they're gonna bring some, information to us to purchase 11 new buses for 2 years from now, because, again, we have to do that too. So maybe a plan that comes with the trucks and comes with everything else, so we have a 5-year wish list.
What about the option of leasing? Have you all looked into that?
We've always looked into leasing, but due to the close proximity of our schools within our district, really, the mileage goes a long way. So we generally purchase, we're in favor of purchasing because the trucks last longer, for a longer period, and we don't know what the funding will be in future years.
And the availability, because you're competing with all the other schools that are also trying to lease at the same
Well, let me
time.
tell you, right now, those box trailers, I'm just looking at this right now because we're trying to get some word, but they are months away, months and months and months away. They are,
Yes.
they are in high demand right now.
We checked on that, and it's between 18 and 24 months.
Yes,
To
yes.
get one from the moment that you issue the purchase order.
Well, the trucks are the same thing.
All
Yeah,
of the
Everything
vehicles,
is the same thing.
all
Yeah.
vehicles right now, it's more than a year's worth of waiting. But may I say something
Sure.
real quick? So the board can approve the plan as is, one of the options. The other option is for us to come back with a plan next month, because remember, the board approved the golden pennies, that's gonna be generating
24 months.
up to $7 million, and we have not yet presented you with a plan of the use. Now, $7 million based on our assumption, it may be more, it may be less, but we can work with an estimate meanwhile this year to move forward, to purchase, make purchases that the district needs.
So, I do want to interrupt, Flor. Right now, we are asking for the 790,000. Can you recode that later when we get, that funding?
Right, we can reclassify, but.
Right. So what I'm saying is this. Time is of the essence, and if we can address, if we're not talking about, let's say we're not talking about the trucks, let's say that we're talking about the roofing, or we're talking about Zachary, which right now is in really bad shape. I don't know if you've gone to Zachary, but if we're looking at that, and we're just trying to get ahead of this, as much as we can, when will that funding be available, Flor? The one you're
So
talking
the settle
about?
up for the golden pennies occurs in September of the following year. However, you know, we have good estimates to provide to the board for action. And then at the end, when we're settling up, we can tell you how much more is left, right?
Sure.
So,
One thing-
I agree.
And what Mr. Garza said, and you might, and what Mr. Gomez said is, we might want to just, pull the box truck. If we're going to take 12 months or a year, next year to bring the same funding, keep on doing the same thing and buy 2 trucks to add on where we don't have vehicles, or for the maintenance, because there's a better chance of getting a vehicle in the next couple of months than getting a box truck that's take a year to 2 years, and just, when that comes back, look at the box, because it's not gonna be here anyway.
I'm not sure,
regardless.
because I'm not sure if we have to give 100% down to order it.
no.
And
we
so,
don't.
so if we can sort of time it and say, let's
Order
get
it,
the.
but you're not gonna pay for it.
and then-
Right,
and then-
we pay them when we get the.
Receive
When you
it.
receive it, right?
Deliver
So,
it.
my mind, you can free up the money for another 2 years, in doing that. But, and I agree with Dr. Rios right now, if time is of the essence for some of these projects, that we approve the 790 right now, and we can figure out those details as we move
We
forward
can bring
on
it
the line
back
item.
next month of that list.
In September.
In
Yeah, on the
September,
line
maybe
item,
at the
790's already been approved.
Yeah.
We approved it last time.
Yeah.
But these are the projects they
Right,
want to spend.
but you're
it on.
approving the
That's why.
projects.
Right.
Today
Well, I
we'll
mean,
be
but you
approving the
can, but you can
projects.
always bring it back and amend it, is what
Yes,
you're
sir.
saying. So
We
that's
can
fine, I
amend the
don't have a problem
projects,
with it.
yes.
Yeah.
So we're saying then approve it, but if there's, let's say in September, we come back with you, to you, and say, here's some more information.
Yeah.
But if you approve it, at least we can get started on some of the things that
That's
need
exactly
help
right.
right now.
I agree, yeah. That's
I
cool.
think, and again, I think the thing, take off the box truck and get 2 more vehicles, 3 on a truck. Those are more needed than that, and do that next year, because they can still rent it for a year.
we can
You're not gonna get it in this year or next year.
No, I know.
Are the trailers still good to go?
Or little
sorry?
cars.
The trailers, will those still be good? Like if we don't get the box truck, the trailer that they have right now, and if we were to get the
Well,
truck?
some do and some
You
others
can work
don't.
with them?
It's just, apparently it's not enough. And what is happening, Mr. Gomez, just to tell you the truth, is that in addition to the trailer that they have, they're asking for the box trucks from fixed assets, from maintenance, or from food service. And every time that happens, either a Friday or a Monday, our departments, they don't have the vehicles to work. So in addition to the trailers, they still need the box trucks. And it's like Dr. Rio says, it's just like more than one trailer right now. They need more space for their props and all of that.
But you're getting the big truck, the 250 pickups with their big trucks.
Yeah.
Why haven't we looked at the Toyota small trucks that you can get, they're running about 32,000, you can be able to get 5 or 6 of those to move around, than a big truck. It's not like they carry a lot of stuff in these things.
Well, the ones for like with the gooseneck is for grounds, and they go to the landfill. They move
Yeah,
like
some of
heavy
them, but not
stuff,
all
yeah.
of them.
Not all of them, yeah. And in this case, I know that the trailers, I mean, they've been like pulling out. I don't know to tell you the truth what's the weight, but there's some weight in there. But you're right. I mean, maybe we need to consider like what is the towing
If we say we're
capacity.
not gonna do the box truck, that frees up 105, and then just, with that, you can actually get 3, you should be able to get 3
Or at
smaller
least
trucks.
2.
Right.
Two,
But maybe F-150s instead of 250s.
Yeah. Now you have your truck.
Yes. And just to close on the projects, we also have like repairs to the motorized basketball goals and replacement of backboards at the Cigarroa gym. We have that one included in here. We are also including some wrought iron fence at several locations. And finally, some little canopies by the guard shacks at the main entrances to high school.
So isn't that for Martin High School, for one of those canopies, remember, at the guard shack?
The one for the
Mr.
security?
Velasquez?
The security guard check?
Yes.
The one in the front?
Yes,
Canopy or what?
Right.
yes.
Yeah, so a little canopy for each one of the guard shacks that we have, just to provide some shade.
Okay, so what's the wish?
That's it.
Because of the size of the band.
Yeah, cuando quieran.
No, all right, all right.
What's the wish of it?
So move to approve the,
We want to approve do we want to approve the recommendation, but just, I would say, pull the box truck, use that money to buy 2 or 3 other smaller trucks, that way your fleet, and then bring that next time, is that okay?
Works well.
And then do it, Nick, you're not gonna get it from this, and you'll be able to.
what I'm saying, well, I'm gonna say this, we approve it with, as is, and then you bring us something in September.
Yes.
Yeah, right, because we.
May I add something real quick? It's because I was asking Angel, since they take 18 months to get here and all that, we can still order them and we don't pay them until 2 years.
Yeah.
That way the money
No,
can
you
be
can't do that,
free.
you have to allocate money for something. Right. It's
Oh,
not
I
your
thought
checking
you
account.
That's
You
what I
don't
was.
make it easy, okay.
It's gonna be a long.
No.
So,
We just put it at the next budget, or when the.
but if we
$7
order it,
million
let's say,
comes
if
in.
we order them next year, so it's gonna take another 18 months to get here, so in 3 years, we're gonna get the trucks.
Not necessarily.
No, because
So-
we're still waiting on other monies that are coming in. And what we're saying is that if you can get the other vehicles faster here, so in my mind, what I want to do is approve it like this, and then until you get the real information on these other vehicles, then we can come back and amend it. Because we're assuming that you can get the other ones faster, 7 to 10 weeks, I believe, the other smaller vehicles that we're going to replace this. So until we can get a complete game plan as to, instead of removing it right now, that you come back in September and tell us, you're right, we're gonna get 3 trucks instead of this box truck.
Maybe a better option will come up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
see what better option you can bring us.
Right.
And then, I know that Florida always does wonders, and I'm not trying to put that burden on her only, but, but maybe we can borrow from ourselves so that we can order it soon, because if the turnaround time is 18 months and you wait another year, then you are talking,
No,
you know,
but
another
that's
two and
what
a
I'm
half
saying,
years.
I'd rather
Have
approve
a
it like this
plan.
right now, and then come back with that plan until we get further
September.
details.
That makes more sense.
Give us all the details in September, and that way we can all be clear as to what we're
Motion to
gonna do.
accept the recommendation that is,
Second.
bring back something in
I move
September.
for that.
Second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Again, thank you.
Just let us know, please, on the changes. No, for them to let us know, so. What
September.
direction, yeah.
In September.
For them not to.
So I do have some announcements. We want to begin with, today, we had a celebration at Leadership for all of our staff. They were very excited, and we are going to be posting a video. Communications, you will tell us with your message also that was included, and we do appreciate the support and the messages that you gave to our staff. They're happy, they're excited, but they also know that they have a goal. And again, I do want to reiterate that this is a great achievement for Laredo I.S.D. We have a double A, so to speak. There were districts in the whole state that only got 1A, and we are fortunate that we were able to do both, the finance part and the academics part, and so we want to congratulate all the staff, all of the work that was done this year and the prior 2 years to get to that A. So thank you so much for your support. The Peanut Butter Bowl will be held during the Cigarroa Zapata game tonight at 7 p.m. at Shirley Field, and I don't know if that's still on with the rain, the way it is. The collection of new containers of peanut butter benefits the South Texas Food Bank. Peanut butter will also be collected at the Martin LBJ game on Friday, August the 26th. I believe that Coach sent some of your passes and tickets, correct?
Yes, we
Okay, LISD, so just wanted to let you know about that. If there are any questions, please feel free to speak to Coach Barrera or AD Barrera, and we'll be able to answer those questions to
Dr.
you.
Rios, on the UAL passes, we have 2 different UAL passes. Remember, we're in 2 different conferences. For football, we're on 13-5A, I believe, and then for all the other sports are 35A. So the 35A, Cigarroa High School is the DEC, but they have not received the passes. They have been ordered, but they should be arriving next week. For all the other sports. For football, you already have them, or they give them already to you all. But the ones that we're missing are the 35A for the other sports.
And if you know what the DEC is,
I
it's,
got mine today, the blue ones.
The one from Cigarroa High School?
The ones, yeah.
Carlo, from Carlo?
No, from the athletic office.
Oh, it's because there's two different ones. One is
They
for
gave us
football.
two. They gave us one for just football that had, and then they gave us the card that had all
Ah,
the
okay,
sports.
it's because she told me that they hadn't right, so they already got them.
I
Okay.
have not received mine.
I was at the auditorium, that's why I went, they gave it to me at that.
Ah, okay, so
And,
they're probably gonna bring them to Jessica.
And remember that the district...
I think we got 'em today.
Yeah, the district executive committee is composed of all the schools in that district, and they're the ones that make the decision according to UIL rules. It goes around every so often where the host becomes one of the schools in that district, and it just so happens that Ciaroa is the DEC chair? Maggie? Okay, so they're the DEC, that means that they're responsible for ordering all the trophies for every single event, academic and athletic. And not only that, but actually working with the other schools to put on the activities. LISD students and staff will enjoy Labor Day on Monday, September the 5th. Classes will resume on September the 6th. The Student Services Committee is scheduled for Tuesday, September the 6th at 11 a.m., followed by Compliance and Accountability at 5:30. The Curriculum and Instruction meeting will be held on Wednesday, September 7th at 9 a.m., followed by Operations at 5:15. The Business and Support Services Committee is set for Thursday, September the 8th at 5:30 p.m. And the regular board meeting will be held on Thursday, September 15th. And Ms. Rocha, will you please go to the mic and give us the proposed dates for the dedications, which we would invite you to attend for all of the buildings?
Good evening. September 14th, we are going to have the dedication for the Martin High School Multipurpose Building. October the 4th will be the IT Building. October the 6th will be the LISD Administration Building and the Conference Room. And October the 19th will be Dr. Dennis E. Nixon.
Yes. So we'll be sending you formal invitations for these. I know that most of them are going to be scheduled for the morning, so we have an agenda, and I know that communications has always worked with those invitations and what happens at those dedications. So we do invite you to each of those, and we'll be sending those to you. So if you can please mark it on your calendar, and hopefully you can be there.
Anything else? Motion to adjourn?
So move.
There's a motion, second, all those in favor? Against? Dismissed.
Thank you.
Thank you for shopping Walmart. Take my plate.